Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So first off, we're going to get the well, it's not boring, it's very important news out of the way. This is for my US customers. So from the 29th of August to 2025, US customers will now add a small import fees on parcels for my stamp sets, 10% of the order value plus the standard USPS handling fee. Some news sites are mentioning the $80 charge flat rate fee, but that is very unlikely for small Etsy parcels like what I send. But due to this, if you still choose to purchase my stamps and you get the fee, the customs fee, and you refuse the parcel because you don't want to pay the customs charges, I cannot refund the shipping costs, but I will refund the total order once the package arrives safely back to me. So yeah, that's the information. I'm not going to dive into it because it is so confusing. It's so confusing, and laws are overlapping laws and everything. So yeah, that is basically all I'm going to say on the matter. So it was just short and sweet, a bit like me. That's what's happening. So I'm still going to ship to the US, and but please be aware that there will be 10% added to your order and a small handling fee as well. But it's more than likely not going to be the $80. So, yeah, that's the least likely thing that's going to happen. So, what are we doing today? So today we're doing JJ 3 under 30, and I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. I thought I'd change it up. And I'm actually going to make 3 projects that you can combine into one project. So I made a prototype when I was playing at the weekend, and we have 3 projects. I know you're looking at it and going, no, Tony, there's only 2 there. No, there's not. So we have a file folder that I made. And it's all covered and stuff. And then we have a tag folder. This is not finished, because I didn't get to finish it. So we have a tag folder, and then we also have a little journaling spot on the front with a piece of stamped acetate, a piece of ephemera, and that slides in that notch. And then this goes inside here like this, and then that's going to be a pocket. And then that opens up, that will fold down. There's a pocket here, and then there's going to be a pocket behind as well. So this is the project that we are going to make. Isn't it cute? This little thing here, oh, I just love it. And I did say that I was going to show you the heat-proof acetate. So you can use your stamps on it and then just heat up the ink. So let's get started. Let's get the bits and pieces that we need, because prep is key. Right, so I'm prepped. I'm prepped. So firstly, we have the tag sheet, and it measures 11 inches by 3 inches. So 11 inches by 3 inches. Then we have the file folder, which measures 4.5 inches by 7.5 inches. So 7.5 inches. Then we have the little matchbook folder on the front, and that measures 6 inches by 2 inches. And then we have a piece of acetate that is 2 inches, 2 inches wide. We've not cut it down yet because we're not at that part. And then I also have some pattern paper from the Vintage Makers Essential by Arden Creative Studio. And I've just pulled out a few sheets to decorate with. So firstly, we're going to put these aside and we're going to do some inking. So I've got out my frayed burlap distress. My cheeky squeaky chair today is really squeaky, and we're just going to ink round it all. Now, what we want to do with this is, let me get my prototype. So as you can see, obviously the top is acetate here. And then we've got a little, I think that's 1/4 of an inch. Let me, well, maybe not do centimetres, Tone. It's 1/2 inch. So that's 1/2 inch. So what we're going to do is, because this measures right to that line, look at that, right to that line. So I'm going to fold it in half, like that, and then, so it's going to go, I want it to go this way. And then I'm going to line this up, the crease up, with one of the lines on my mat. Squeaky chair. This is not 1/2 inch, so I'm going to have to mark it with my... I'm all over the place today, I'm afraid. So let's line that up. And then you could put it in your guillotine. Just slide that down, and then you've got that with a little flap. So I'm just gonna ink. No, you're not going to see the back, so I'm not going to bother doing that. Ink the little flap up, and then on this one I did put some washi tape. Right, I'm going to use this one, but I do believe that this... Yep, it's just a little bit longer, look. But like I said, I haven't cut this yet because we need to put the slot in it. So, and the slot is not in the end yet. So we'll keep this out for now. Let's get rid of these little bits and pieces. And then I'm going to put a piece of washi tape over... What one do I want to use? Do I want to use that one again? I didn't use that. I used my chevron. So I'm going to use this one on here. And then... sand it off. Let's hope I can get this done in 30 minutes. I should be able to. I did do that one. Right, now, what we can do is, if you follow Heidi Swap, she has these dies, and they're her notch dies. So they basically just cut a notch out. They're brilliant. I absolutely love them. So if you are in the US, I definitely recommend these dies for things like this because they're so cool. But because obviously I'm aware that not everybody has them, I'm going to do it myself. But on this one, I did use it. It's quite simple, to be honest. So you can either, so this square is the middle. You can either, you don't want to go right to the bottom of the card. You just want a slot. So just, you can draw around something if you want. Just draw a semicircle like that. And then take your craft knife and just slowly, I don't know what the boys are barking at today. Slowly go round like that. And then you end up with a little notch. I'm just gonna give it a little sand and a little ink, but you don't need to. And then what we want to do is we want to get our acetate, put our acetate on top, and then we want to work out where we want to cut. So I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but this is how I did it. So that the acetate is going to sit, can you see that? It's going to sit just there. So we've got this little bit left over. Can you see that little bit? So I'm just going to take, because that's perfect in there. I'm just going to hold that there, get my scissors, trim that off, and then we should have a perfect matchbook. So that is quite simple. It is quite simple. But like I said, if you have got the Heidi Swap notch dies, use them. They're so cool. Now, I want to stamp this. So I'm just going to get a piece of scrap cardstock. Right, so I'm going to use some Arden Creative. I haven't used this yet. Oh, and I think I'm going to use this one because I just want some texture. Now, this acetate is, let me get a packet. This is what it looks like. So it's heat resistant acetate. It's 5.84 inches by 8.25 inches. You get 20 in a pack. It's on Amazon. It is listed. You can also get A4 packs as well. And because it's heat resistant, you can warm up your ink. But I would advise just to keep it moving because a direct heat, you know, it's going to melt anything. But it's heat resistant, not heat proof. So yeah, just keep the heat moving so your ink dries. And you get some really cool effects. So let me just get a stamp. And I think what I want to do is, I'm going to use VersaFine. Oh, I put the stamp on the wrong way around. I'm going to use VersaFine, but I think I'm going to top it with Vintage Photo glaze, embossing glaze. So you're going to have to hold this really still and be really careful when you stamp because it's slippy. So I'm going to put it more to the end because I'm going to put a cluster down this end. And I just want some of the texture up this end to show through. So I'm just stamping down like that. Look at that. I mean, you could just leave it like that, to be honest, because that just looks so cool. But I do want to use embossing glaze. So I've just got a piece of photo, my rust dyed paper, and tap most of it off because you're gonna get some bits that get stuck because it is acetate. I mean, not that I mind because the grunge. I've missed a bit. There we go. And yeah, can you see that? There is some little bit stuck on there, but I really don't mind. And then I'm just going to heat this and then I'll be back. Right, so that's all done. Look at that. And there's no bow in, look. It lays flat. It's perfect. I love it. Look at that. How cool is that? I love it. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my glue and I'm just going to run a line on the back round like that. Not a lot of glue because, again, it is acetate. I'm going to turn it over so that the embossing is facing up. And you can staple this if you want, because it is kind of a matchbook. So that would look cool as well. And then all we have to do is just give it a little fold and a little tuck. And we have a really cool acetate front matchbook. So then I just want to add something on the front. I am going to add a sticker. So on this one, I did add one of Heidi Swap's circle stickers in the background, but I've got one of her little sticker booklets in the ledger, and I kind of like the idea. Oh, see, look at this. I love these little sticker books. Another thing I would highly recommend off of the Heidi Swap website. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to cover, I am going to cover the notch, but I'm not going to glue that bit. And then I think I'm just going to put this just there. And then, oh, not my strands. And then I'm just going to put that over there like that. So, like I said, I'm just going to glue. Oh, Heidi Swap sticker paper, but we're not going to use it. I'm leaving about 1/2 inch because we don't want to glue over the tab. Otherwise, you won't be able to use it. So I'm going to put this on here like this. Hold it down. There is a video on these clusters. And then we've got a really cute little, come on, there we go, journaling spot to go on the front of our tag pocket. Right, so now I'm going to take my manila cardstock. I'm going to take not the folded end. Don't do the folded end. On the opening, I'm taking one of my Heidi Swap stamps and I'm just using it as a guide for my tag ends, because the corner punch that I've got, it's not deep enough. It's not deep enough. So let's get rid of these. I did do this before. Yeah, and then let's just mark this in the middle. No, do you know what? We're not going to do that because I did that on my previous one, my prototype, and then I covered it up. So it was actually quite pointless. Right, so now we're going to cover it. And first off, let me get my other scrap piece of paper. Where is it? Here we go. And I want to use, oh, take the lid off, Tone. First off, I want to use some of my rust-dyed paper. I'm not going to do the back because that's going to be stuck down. And then I just want to go a little way across. There's no measuring. I'm not measuring. I was winging it. Where did I put that paper that I just had, that I used? Oh, come on, we've not got time for this. Shall we use some? Is the ledger big enough? No, it's too short. It's too short. What's this? Is this big enough? Oh, let's use that. Is that big enough? Yeah, because I want that. So then we're just putting that down. And then I'm going to use this. So I'm going to put some glue on the rest of it. And I'm not bothered about that red line because I'm going to cover it with washi tape. Now, I probably should ink these, but I'm not going to. So then I'm just going to cut them off. Yeah, I'm not going to cut them because I'm putting washi tape over it, so there's really no point. And trim all these off. And then while we're here, we might as well, while that's drying, cover the inside. Now, as you can see on this one, you don't need to cover the whole of that inside because obviously the file folder's going over the top. So again, where's my washi tape? So I'm going to put a washi tape, a line of washi tape down here. Oh. And then I'm also going to use, did I use it all? No, I didn't think I did. Right, so I'm going to use the same as what I used on the front, on the end. And I'm going to go in a couple of inches. Oh, sorry, my phone rang and I didn't realise it was not filming. So that's all we need to cover on that side. So let's put some decorative cardstock. Look at me. On this side. And what one are we going to choose? I think we'll go with this one. So we're just gonna line it up. And that's it. This is also why it doesn't matter that we are using like a manila file folder that's not very thick cardstock, because all this covering strengthens it. Cut straight, Tone, cut straight. Right, so now we have this. I mean, it just already looks cool. It already looks so cool. Right, let's put the lid on that. Now we're going to put some washi tape over that, like that. We're still a little bit sticky from the glue, but we've not got time. And now we're gonna, this is where we can ink round the edges. There we go. And where's our little, there it is. So first off, I just want to grab, I have, oh, I've already pulled them out. So I have some tabs here. Like that. No, I think I want a plain one. Got my tabs from yesterday. Wasn't that a cool video yesterday? I had so much fun. So much fun. Oh, I like that one. Right, so let's put this one down. And then I'm going to line it up on this side first. There we go. That looks like the centre to me. Love it. And then we can put that on there. But I've got some labels somewhere. I did, you know, my snicket rolls that I did. I've got some labels somewhere. I need to find them. Found them! And I also pulled out some of my faux bark that I made. Look at that. Oh, it's delicious. I will do a video after this challenge. But we've got another collab coming in September. That one's going to be cool. So I'm just going to put this coming out from the back of our little matchbook. Oh, come on. Please don't mess me about today. Make sure it's on straight. Love that. And then these are the little snicket rolls that I made. Do you remember these? There is a video somewhere. Oh, we've even got one. And I made these to do clusters on. Do you think that's too much of that washi tape? I think so. Let's use this one. I want kind of a plain one. I don't want one with colour on it. So they will not do. But this one, I kind of like that, So, oh, I've got part of the other ticket on it, the other snicket. Snicket rolls. I think I did these in Mass Make March. Oh, chuck it. Oh, right. Do you know what? I don't want that green bit. I don't know if I can take it off. I'm just gonna, the cart poster is just gonna have to be upside down. But that doesn't bother me. Just makes it quirky. And then we'll put this over the top like that. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's grungy, delicious. And then that is our tag. That's two of our projects, basically. So now I've just put my, no, I haven't, it's here. Right, so you could score this if you wanted to. But I'm not going to. So I'm just going to line it up a little bit shorter. I'm not folding it in half, just a little bit shorter. Burnish that down. And then let's get our corner rounder. And I'm just going to use the middle one. And this also needs covering. So I've got my delicious folder. Look at all this yumminess. Look at all that. This is all rust and coffee dyed paper. It's delicious. It's my favourite folder in the whole wide world. So what have we got? We've got some of that. I think we might use that. I've got some graph paper. Right, let's use that. Oh, this folder. I absolutely love it. It's my favourite pastime. So first off, I want to use the same piece of paper that I used in the beginning. And I just want a strip of it to go along the bottom. So I'm just gonna, I'm not measuring, I just want to strip, that's it. And then I'll cut the end off once it's glued on. So I think I might use, I think I'm going to use this one because it's grungier. And I'm going to get my glue stick. And I'm just going to glue this one all over on here. I don't want the pink end, so we'll just cut that bit off. Where's my scissors gone? I've got stuff everywhere. So just going to trim this off. You probably could have waited until after you'd covered it, to be honest. That probably would have made more sense to cut the corners, I mean. I might use the other side, you know, so it kind of looks cohesive, but it's different. Does that make sense? So I reckon, yeah, this is about the width of my glue stick. And then let's do the matching washi tape. Come on. This isn't straight. In fact, the whole piece isn't straight, so let's just trim that down. There we go. Yeah, well, you might as well have waited until you'd covered it. Right, so now I want this bottom bit and a little bit over, so probably about 3/4 inch over, but honestly there's no measuring, just stick it where you want to stick it. If you want the paper to be at the crease, put the paper at the crease. Oh, this piece isn't big enough, so I'm going in with the graph. That bit isn't big enough either. Oh my goodness. Right, so I've just pulled some ledger out and I'm just putting that on. And then let's quickly cut it out because I haven't even looked at the time. And then, I know it's still a little bit wet, so we'll leave it for the moment. Let's move all this out of the way. This is why I always have stuff everywhere. Right, this time. And you know what? So the fold is there. And I'm going to go up to this grey line here just to make it easier on myself so I know where I'm gluing. And then we're going to put pattern paper over the top. Along the line. And then, well, that's not straight. Oh, we'll just cut it. Luckily enough, this pattern paper doesn't have to be. Because I think you can have it in any position you want. And it won't make any difference. Right, so now let's... This end should be fine to cut even when it's wet because it's cardstock, whereas this end is paper. so it doesn't tend to like cut in paper. That's why I did both sides. So now we have our file folder. And let's ink inside. Like that. And there we have our file folder that's going to go in there. And oh, look at that. Oh, isn't it cool? We need a page tab. So I'm going to use a fabric one again, if I can find them. But I'm going to use a larger one this time. I don't want... Would this one work? I just want to see if it... Oh, it does, because of the brown in the Tim Holtz paper that we used. Yeah, I'm going to put that one on. So you could use... What I did was I cut a file folder using my envelope punch. And then I decided I wanted to put a tab on it. Because you know me and tabs. So yeah, I covered up the thingy. Let's put this in the middle. Like so. And there's our tab, like that. And then let's glue. So where do we want to glue it? So I'm just gonna lift it up a little bit. So that's gonna be where that's gonna go. Glue down there, and then glue down there. Oh, no. No, no, no. That's not where we want to glue it, because we want that to be a pocket, don't we? So we want to glue it along this side. Oh my goodness. There we go. And then let's go down here as well. You don't have to, but... And that gets lined up there. Oh, I love it. Now we want to get one of our... I'm going to have an incident in my craft room soon, because I'm literally I'm stacking again. So let's find... It's just straight away, 100% it's going to be that. And again, this is what I absolutely love about having pre-made ephemera. For this exact reason. And that can go on there. Right, so I've just grabbed some of my, this is my ephemera tub. So I have just grabbed some of my ephemera, and we're going to audition some bits. So I think I kind of like that there. And we're just going to put that on there like that. And then we need something on here. Now I kind of like this as a tuck spot. But I don't like the blue. I don't want the bluey red colour on it. Because maybe, because we've got the written paper here, maybe the notes is better off going there. It's going there. I like it. I like it. And then we'll put this here. Is that straight? No. That'll do. These are some of the foil tape things that I made. Again, in the description box, there's a video on everything that I use. If you go and check it out. So then that could be, you open that up, and then there's your bit for the notes. What I might do is put a little snippet on here to tuck that under. Right, so I think I'm going to use this one just because it was two hand, and I'm just running my nail down, and I'm not putting any ink, just a little bit at the top, and then I'm going to close it up so I know where to position it, because you don't want it too far down so that it hasn't got enough to grip onto this. You just, oh, see, you just want it to be enough so that it holds it down. So I'm going to put that on there. Well, if I can put it on straight, that on there like that. So that will hold that down. And then I think we're basically done. I actually love it. I think we might need some stamping, but do you know what? I'm going to go over. I tidied. I'm sorry. I couldn't contain myself. I was getting, there was stuff everywhere. So yeah, so I tidied. I didn't cheat. I didn't do anything. I just tidied. So I've got the texture stamp that I used on the acetate, and I'm taking Sand Dune in VersaFine Clair because I just want some, oh, I didn't take off the black properly. That's fine. I just want to put on some little bits of texture just to fill in some spaces, because I feel like being minimalist. I know. Who am I? Let's move that bit of. Just in places like that. Right, that should be dry on there now. So, which means that we can slide that under there. Look at that. Ah, yes. And we're done. We're done. 3 projects made into one item that we can put in our journal. I can't wait to make that journal. I don't know why I always seem to pick up this one, but look at that. So then we can open the tag. We can fold down the file folder. We've got a pocket in here. So we've got a pocket down here like that. That closes up. And then we're going to have a pocket behind here as well. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And then we've got our little hidden journaling spot on the front there. Oh, it's just so cool. It's so cool. I absolutely love it. So thank you everybody for being here. I need to now go and check and see how far over 2 days are we in this video. No, it should be half an hour. I'm not tempting fate. It should be. It will be. Well, apart from the intro and outro. If you give this a go, don't forget to tag me in social media. All my socials are in the description box or at the end of the video. If you need any more information about the new tariffs coming in on the 29th, the only thing that I can suggest is Google. Because Google. Do your own research. Do your own research. And I will see you all tomorrow, because you saw me yesterday. You see me today. You're going to see me tomorrow. No, you're so lucky. Yes, you're going to see me tomorrow with another JJ 3 under 30 video. So happy crafting, everybody. Take care. Until next time. Bye.